Good evening. This week, we remember with admiration our Jewish Federation's past president, Alan Esman. Just as a few months ago, we experienced the loss of his beloved wife, Marilyn. Alan and Marilyn, friends of so many of us, were exemplary Jewish communal leaders. At a later time, we will more fully pay tribute to their legacy. Tonight, as we pay tribute to Sigmund Halpern, his daughter and son-in-law, Jerry and Howard Trilling, have joined us from Kansas City. I was fortunate. I knew Ziggy Halpern from childhood. My parents were friends of the Halperns. In fact, when I was about 10 years old, he used to take me to Cardinals baseball games. Then I married Adina, his niece, daughter of Max and Erna Waltuck, and became family. Sigmund Halpern was truly a remarkable man. Born in Vienna in 1919, he attended a Jewish school, a cultural school, what we might today call a community school, and he lived to be 96. After Austria was annexed by Germany in 1938, he was able the following year to escape to the United States. Many of his friends went to Palestine, but he came to St. Louis to be reunited with and marry his friend from childhood in Vienna, Helene Waltuck. Ziggy and Max Waltuck founded and co-led the Modern Jacket Company. Ziggy's personality was really ideal for community leadership. A man deeply rooted in Jewish life, a person who had experienced the tragedy of Nazi Germany, a warm, likable, and compassionate person, a man of many friends, a man of many stories. With these attributes as a community leader, he was able to bring people together, lead them to find common ground, and act on behalf of the community. People naturally turned to him for advice. These abilities most characterized his leadership as president of the Jewish Federation in 1977 and 1978. But of all his accomplishments, Ziggy was most proud that he was the only person who had come to St. Louis as an immigrant and then became president of the Jewish Federation. It's really hard for us today to understand what it meant to be torn from your vibrant Jewish community in Europe and become a target of Nazi hatred and violence. Perhaps the following story that Ziggy told can give us some understanding. Kristallnacht took place November 8th and 9th, 1938. Jewish synagogues, schools, and businesses were vandalized. Jews on the streets of Vienna were attacked. The next few days, Nazis began rounding up Jewish men. They came to the apartment building that Ziggy and his family lived in. Ziggy and an uncle were hiding in the basement. A non-Jewish neighbor, who had been a friend of the family, turned them in. They were taken to a school gym with 300 others. Ziggy's uncle said, "Let's stand way, way, way in the back against the wall, be very quiet, and hope that we will be ignored." One of the Jewish men had been a general in the Austrian army. He stepped forward and he objected to the way they were being treated. One of the Nazi soldiers said, "Take a few steps forward, please," and he shot him in the head. Similarly, a judge in the Austrian government met the same fate. Then the Nazi commandant, who had not been in the room until then, came in, and he pointed way in the back to Ziggy. And he said, "You nasty Jew, you come forward. Come with me." And Ziggy turned to his uncle, who was standing next to him, and gave a message that his uncle should give to his parents, because he didn't expect to see them again. He was taken to a school office in a room with the commandant and several other Nazis. He was cursed, berated, all the things you know they said about Jews. Then the commandant said, "Come with me." This commandant was the son of neighbors in Ziggy's building. The commandant and Ziggy alone in a room, and the commandant started writing a note. He gave it to Ziggy and said, "Go straight home. Show this to anyone who stops you." The note said that the signer directed Sigmund Halperin to return home. He was in fact stopped several times on the way home by Nazi soldiers, and the note protected him. The next day, Ziggy and his parents went to the apartment of the commandant's parents to thank them and their son. And Ziggy asked, "Why did he save me?" And the parents told him that they had watched out their window on Jewish holidays and the Jewish Sabbath that Ziggy would walk to services with his grandfather. He would carry his tallis and his siddur and show him great respect. They had said to themselves, "This Jewish family lives here in Austria and has values we respect. That's why you were saved. And now you should leave Austria as soon as possible." Imagine from that experience to becoming president of the Jewish Federation of St. Louis. May his memory be a blessing. Tehei Zichrona Baruch. And may his memory inspire all of us to vigorously engage in building a vibrant St. Louis Jewish community.